Okay, so in this tutorial, we're going to go over how to make this cool 3D text within Maya. Okay, so first thing we need to understand is that each font or text has its own style, its own history, its own little things about it, okay? Which is super important in the world of design and stuff like that. So this one, the original Adidas text actually costs like $75 or something like that, and I don't want to pay for that. So I found something very similar. I did a fair amount of research to find something that's suitable for it, and the one I found is, because this isn't the original Adidas font, the official, it's not. It's close, but it's not. So what I found was it's called Avant-Garde LT book, okay? But strangely enough, on the surface of it, it's called ITC Avant-Garde Gothic LT Demi True Type. But if you try to type this in, like say in Photoshop, to find this font under ITC Avant-Garde, you won't find it. It's really confusing and frustrating because I got lost for an entire hour looking for this font. But in actuality, the font name is Avant-Garde LT book. So save yourself headache and type in Avant-Garde LT book. This is what you want to look for. So anyhow, I have the font, and what you gotta do is hopefully it will be installed already. I'll have the IT guy install it, and if you're gonna also work at home, make sure to install this font into your fonts library, okay? I'm gonna hand out the font for this. So let's go back in and let's go to make sure modeling is on, create, type. Okay, create, type. Make sure the modeling menu set is activated. Okay, create, type, and it popped up this attribute. It popped up our attribute editor, because from here, this is where we go in to modify things. Okay, so right now it used the font, this font. Okay, Lucida Sans. But we don't want that. We want to use a font called Avant-Garde LT book. Avant-Garde LT. So I'm gonna type in Avant-Garde LT book. Good. And I'm gonna hit enter, and there is our font. But I don't want this whole text thing. There's a reason why. So inside here, I'm gonna type A for Adidas. Okay, and don't mess with any of this other stuff. Don't mess with any of this stuff. And that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go back in here to channel box. Okay, we were here, attribute editor, and we changed things up. Now we're gonna go back here to our channel box. Okay, and right now our font is over here, lined up like that. So what I want to do is I'm going to hit the space bar. Ooh, I don't need to be in my UV editor, so I'm going to go to my panels, and we're going to go to layouts, four panes. Okay, again, panels, layouts, 4 panes are before what we had. Then I'm gonna go in here under the front. I'm gonna hit the space bar so that we are in here. I'm gonna move this over, and right now it is huge, so I'm gonna hit R for scale. I'm going to scale it down. Hit W, and I'm gonna move it over. I'm gonna hit 4 to be in wireframe so I can scale it and see what's happening at the same time. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Maybe a little bit bigger. As you can see, it's not the exact font. See how the differences are here? It tapers in a lot at here. Whereas in the original, it maintains its width. So those are the subtle differences in font design. It tells its own story with each font. It sounds silly, but it really does. Alright, so I'm just gonna match it up like that. Eyeball it. I'm just lining up here and here. That's my my go-to. So right now it's set at 0.507. Again, here's our channel box and how it comes into play in terms of being useful for our needs. Alright, so I'm gonna drag it down a bit. I'm gonna move it down like that, and there you go. I'm gonna hit 5 to be in scale, so that's good enough for now. Okay, next I'm gonna make my D. Yeah, so I'm gonna let go of that. I'm gonna go to create, type, and here we go again. I'm gonna type in avant-garde LT book, hit enter, and it activated that. I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna type in D, and it made our D. And I'm gonna move it over, I'm gonna hit R, I'm gonna scale it down, I'm gonna hit 4, I'm gonna move it over like that, hit R, maybe scale it back up, and there. And now I'm going to my channel box, 0.505, whereas this one was 507. I'm gonna type in here 0.507, same thing, and there you have it. Okay, so this is the end of this tutorial. Next tutorial we're gonna finish up the other letters.